Greetings of the day. Now we shall check something about IELTS Band Score Breakdown and how it's calculated. We will check 4 parts here. Firstly, IELTS Band Score Breakdown. What is IELTS Band Score Breakdown? Usually for every section, that is listening, reading, writing and speaking, you'd be given a score range from 0 to 9. And at last, overall band score is calculated by taking average of all these 4 sections. Now, further, how each section is being calculated for scores. Firstly, if you take listening, we need to listen to the recordings and mark our answers. So obviously, you'll be expecting 40 questions here. So for each question, if you mark a right answer, you'll be given 1 credit. Now, out of 40 questions, let's say 40 credits. If you get 40 by 40, that is nothing but full score called as band 9. Now, to go with a rough calculation, 40 out of 40 is 9, 35 is 8, 30 out of 40 is 7, 25 is 6, 20 is 5. So, you could notice for every 5 marks that you run short of, there will be minus 1 band. Okay, so this is just for rough calculation. Now, so the same happens even for reading also for academic. Now, when it comes to general training, there is a bit of difference. 30 out of 40 is 7 for academic candidates, but same 30 out of 40 is band 6 for general training candidates. The reason is, for general training, the passage length is slightly shorter. So obviously, as the passage length is shorter, the score becomes tough. Now, further by that, if we check writing, you have 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. For each of these tasks, you are assessed separately and then average is given for the total writing task. You are considered under different parameters like task achievement or task response, whether it be task 1 or task 2, depends on like what points are considered first of all with task 1 or 2. Here they will be considering task achievement or task response. In this, they check your word count. Word count is very crucial. So number of words that you write, and is the answer under length. They'd also check for any penalties. So obviously, if you go with under length answer, penalty is expected depending on number of words that you run short of. And further by that, you might also have penalties for illegible answer. That is, if you are going with pen and paper test and the handwriting is not legible, obviously there will be penalty for that. And if the illegibility is too much, you might not even get a score in writing part. They will simply give a dash. Okay, for listening, reading, speaking, you'll get scores, but for writing, they'll give a simple dash if the handwriting is illegible. And also, you will be having off-topic answers. Off-topic, you might know the answer is totally miles away from the question. They might ask you to write something about football. You wrote something about food. So obviously, this is totally miles away from the question. So that will go with off-topic, and that attracts even penalty. Even memorized answers go with penalties. So try to avoid using any quotations or memorized essays here. So obviously they'll attract penalties. This is with one part called task achievement or task response. And how much of the question have you responded is under task achievement or task response. The name is different because of task 1 or task 2. You will also be checked for this cohesion and coherence. What is cohesion and coherence? This is something related to organizing your ideas and structure of your essay. Followed by this, you would also be checked with grammar, GRA, which stands for grammatical range and accuracy. They'll be checking here your sentence construction and what varieties of sentences have you expressed here, and what is the range of sentence construction or punctuation marks that you have used, different kind of tenses that you have presented. Obviously, all these things are checked here. In addition, we have lexical resource. That is nothing but vocabulary range. So, how effectively you are presenting the content with the help of words that you can present in that context. So, these are all parts of your writing assessment. And we have speaking assessment. Speaking, as you know, that's a face-to-face interview. You'll be having like 4 skills which are being checked, or 4 parts which are being assessed here. In speaking, they'll be checking your fluency and coherence. So fluency in the sense, you have to speak as if your speech is flowing. There should not be any pauses or fillers. Okay, and further by that coherence, how relevant is your answer to that question, how you are organizing your ideas. These all come under first 25% of your score in speaking called fluency and coherence. And second 25% of your score for speaking accounts for this lexical resource. What is lexical resource? Vocabulary. What kind of words you are using to support your answer in that context, and how good are you at avoiding repeating that potential words, right? And third 25% here goes with GRA, grammatical range and accuracy. What kind of tense you are using to showcase your answer? Are you maintaining the same tense which is being demanded in the question, right? And how good you are playing with simple, compound, complex sentences or conditional sentences. This skill is obviously checked here. And last 25% of your speaking accounts for pronunciation. How clearly you are sounding each and every word. So is the examiner able to get the total content with the help of your pronunciation, right? So this is how your scores are being assessed for all these 4 sections: listening, reading, writing and speaking. And then we can also check about overall band score. What is overall band score? They take average of all these 4 parts: listening, reading, writing and speaking. All these 4 modules average is taken, and how it is calculated. Say a person got 7, 7, 6, 6 in listening, reading, writing and speaking. Now the overall score will be 6.5, right? The total is taken divided by 4. I have a question. If I get 6.74 after calculating the average, what could be my score? So 6.74 is treated as band 6.5, not 7. But if you get 6.75 after taking average, that is treated as band 7. Okay. Similarly, if you get 7.24, that is still band 7. But if it touches 7.25, then that is treated as 7.5. Done. And lastly, what are IELTS band descriptors? So here, IELTS has suggested the band descriptors starting from 0 to 9. So 9 saying it as expert user of English, or just like a native speaker of English. Followed by that 8, band 8 is very good user. So just a few slips are happening, that's it. But you are showing very strong communication skills. Next, band 7 proves that you are good user of English. So good means obviously you can play with language, but there are a few issues, a few errors, minor errors. Band 6 indicates competent score. Competent means you can understand and present English under any situation, but with a few errors. Most of the universities ask for overall band 6.5. That means something between competent and good, right? So, and next, band 5 is considered as modest user. There are frequent issues or frequent errors that are happening while you are using language or while you are understanding the language. Next, band 4 is treated as limited user. And next, band 3 is extremely limited user. Followed by this, band 2 is considered as intermittent user. Just a few words. That's it. You are able to speak only a few broken words in English, not more than that. And band 1 is non-user, or we can also say as just you have showed your face, that's it. Okay, you didn't use any English much, just that is also considered as attendance. Followed by this, band 0 is you did not even show your face. Done. So this is all to do with band score descriptors. Further, we'll be discussing more about the strategies regarding IELTS. Thank you. Have a good day.